Hi guys, PLO Warrior here. Carrying on from the second part of the 50 PLO, playing the same people. I've literally just continued it, whereas last time it was a completely different session. Not going too well at the moment, but that is part of poker. I've made pretty much the right decision every time. Comes with the territory. I mean, I know the Queen 399 is not a strong hand, but I don't care about this guy, his ability to play. I'm going to outplay him, I don't care. In the long run, I'm just going to raise with these hands. I'm just going to definitely c-bet when I pick up I'm going to double barrel when I pick up the flush draw, and he's just going to give me the pot. You know, just because I'm losing doesn't mean I'm going to tighten up or change my game and, you know, worry about things. I'm just going to play the same game every time. Well, not every time, but you know. I like to mix it up. I like to play, well, I say I like to play tight. I don't really like to play tight, but I think I'm just average, you know. It's hard to describe my playing style. I mean, it'll vary between video and video. I think I play a bit better when I'm making a video though, so I don't really like. I think you guys will just think that I play pretty standard. Yeah, anyway. Don't know what's taking so long with that decision. Just trying to get my words out. I just definitely prefer bet folding. It's just like the best thing. It's the only way you're going to win the money, you know. Especially these guys, like, you know, some of these guys just never. But most PLO players or even poker players, they never really check raise the river as a bluff. You know, a lot of players never do certain things. Which, like, you know, that's just, you should be exploiting that a lot. Like I experimented the other day I played lower stakes. I just experimented with never being able to call a bet. Like, you can only raise or fold. And it was quite interesting. I actually ended up winning. I played 8 tables and I ended up winning 5 binds at the end of it. But yeah, it was quite interesting. Just like experimenting things like that. It's pretty funny. Nice flop for us. Well, yeah, as nice as you're gonna get. Obviously it comes with all the other draws, but this is poker. You have to gamble, kid. Definitely c-bet top right after we 3-bet out of the big blind. Very dry board. I don't expect him to be flatting with an ace once he opened. Like, he shouldn't be calling a 3-bet. 3-bets with an ace, but once he calls, I don't see what else he can have. So I'm just going to check fold. I'm not shoving. Like, the worst case scenario is he has like 2, 3, 4, 5, which he probably won't fold anyway. So that won't even get him to fold. So it's pretty clear. Check, give up after I c-bet the flop. Yeah, so PLO is the best game, in my opinion, and a lot of other people's opinion. I mean, it's getting really popular now. A lot of people are playing the game, making the transition from Hold'em to PLO. which they should be. I mean, Hold'em is just so tough now. It's like you can't. It's almost like figured out. You know, everyone. I haven't properly played Hold'em for like a couple of years. Like consistently every day. I haven't played them for 2 years. I've just been playing PLO, but it's definitely a better game. I mean, and it attracts a lot looser players, a lot more degenerates, because it's such an action game, you know. Like double the pot, pots are like double as much, the rake is like double as much, you know. But the bad side is the swings are pretty bad, you know. But if you've got a good rake back and you're a good grinder, you can overcome them. But people's knowledge of PLO is just so terrible. People are getting, I mean, the reg's obviously good. Like, people are getting better quite quickly, only because it's becoming so popular. But compared to Hold'em, like, the standard of play is so bad. I mean, everyone really struggles when they come from Hold'em to PLO. I did. I can't even remember how many binds I lost in like my first week, but I was just making a classic mistake. Aces every time I go broke, pretty much. Very rarely folding them. So I've learned about that. Once I had that figured out, it wasn't so bad. I wasn't losing as much. Still losing though. But that just happens. This guy seems active, definitely. See, this is what I was saying earlier on when I folded the Queen, Queen, King, 5. I'd rather have a hand like this. So I mean, if they have aces, we're already behind anyway, but we've got connectivity with the 9, 10, Jack, right, and a suit. So like, when the flop comes, like, you know, we can flop a set and, you know, a straight draw, or we can flop a wrap and a flush draw. Whereas with Queen, Queen, King, 5, you can't really flop much. You're just hoping to flop a set. Interesting on this board. I mean, well, it's a lot easier now to fold, but I'm interested to see this guy's hand, and if he actually did have, he shouldn't be folding. Okay, he did have a decentish hand. Wow, this guy is just like, that's terrible. 4-4 deuce 6. Cold calling did he cold call a free bet? No, he limped. And then he limped and he called a cold free bet. Pretty shambolic. I mean, his stats just look fishy anyway, but you know, that's a good example of what we were just talking about. I mean, he's obviously thinking, you know, like Hold'em, like, oh, you know, I got a pocket pair and I got a flush draw and I got like kind of a straight draw. It's just like, that's just terrible. It's not what you want. People's starting hands, that's where people go wrong. I mean, you still got it in bad. I mean, you're just not going to flop. You're just not going to flop enough of the time with a pair in your hand. Just like pairs kill your action, man. The tighter you are in this game, the more money you make. Well, I don't know if that's specifically true, because you can. If you're loose against like really passive players, obviously you can take the money away, but generally you do want to have a good starting range of hands. But people's opinions of good starting ranges vary differently, very greatly for different players. Like, people love, like, you know, Hold'em players that just come to the game. They really do like 2, 3, 4, 5 double suited, which looks really nice, but it's just terrible. Or it's not terrible, but if it's heads up, it's fine. But I called with this quite weak hand here. There's not 20 in the pot, and he's got 50 in stacks. I'm just going to flat and hope to hit 2 pair or flush, and I 3-bet my aces in the bottom right, and yeah, it's interesting he checked. I think I'm just going to bet now that he's checked. We have a 7 blocker. I don't expect him to have deuce 5 ever. Wow, we flopped the nuts on the bottom right. It's quite interesting. I'm just going to bet, like, be really goofy and bet small. Why not? If there's ever a time to goof around, this was the time. Now I'm just going to shove. I goofed around. Doesn't make any sense for me to bet so small anyway, but I could have bet small again. But, you know, I have to get the stacks in. There's only one pot size bet left. There's diamonds there. If he has diamonds, he's calling anyway. I want him to call with diamonds or something. If he has deuce 5 somehow. Wow, pretty gross. I bet the flop on the top left with 2 pair and a straight draw. And then the turn and the river comes queen. And I checked. I wasn't really paying attention, to be honest. He doesn't have to have an overpair, but I just wish I'd bet half pot on the river. But if he has a busted heart draw. But yeah, Jack 7 on the river is not looking that good. Jack 7 high. I only beat a busted flush draw really, so that's fine. It's fine to fold sometimes, you know. No shame in it. Yeah, I'm keen to do a heads up PLO video. I haven't played Hold'em for so long that it might be embarrassing if I play Hold'em. I hope nobody wants me to play Hold'em. I'm sure it's just like riding a bike, right? If you can play Omaha, you can play Hold'em. Like Jesus. The only problem is Hold'em, I just end up bluffing every single hand because I just think now I'm just like, well, you know, they've only got 2 cards. How it must be so hard to just hit 2 pair or something, you know. I would 3-bet this hand, but this guy is so short. I'm actually just going to flat. I can just like check jam this flop. If he bets, this guy folds. Interesting. I'm just going to flat. Still flatting. And now river zinuts. The only problem is I don't see how this guy has got anything. Hopefully he has 3-4. But I think he was chasing the flush that we were chasing, which probably means our flush was dead anyway. Obviously, this guy raised me at any point. I was never going to continue. But gut shot on a flush draw, which could be good. I mean, this guy is playing 66% of his hands. He's playing any flush draw. If that's what he had. I don't know, he could have had a weak 2 pair. Oh, yeah, he's not going to fold a straight on the river. No, he doesn't have a straight. So yeah, yes, unless he has ace deuce. No, this guy gets stacked, I believe. I believe. Aces again. Aces every hand today. Unbelievable. Just c-bet my queens, nothing much else I can do. This guy's so tight, you know, I'm just going to fold like that. There you go, mate. You can have it from the start. That'll throw a spanner in the works, eh? 3-bet my aces against this guy. I played him before, but he only played 1 table now. Oh, fold to any bet. I had that auto selected by accident. So I'll just auto check then. That was a bit suspicious. Well, I don't know what to do now. I'm just going to bet it. Although, if I had a flush draw, I should be betting the flop. That's probably what he's going to think. I would have bet the flop, but it auto-checked it. What am I going to do? Hopefully he thinks I flopped super strong and I was just being weird. C-bet, bottom left with... I can check, I can bet fold, or I can check and then bet the river. I think I would check and then bet the river. Or if he bets, just call, you know. Tries to get paid out by a straight. But no, he's tight, he's not going to pay off. He's a tight guy. I just, you know, those people are easy to play against. Yeah, I'm going to c-bet this hand, bottom right, and the flop is set in the top right. That was a fold actually, King Jack 8-6. I thought the Jack was a suited. I thought it was King suited and Jack suited, but it's not. That's another thing you got to be careful of. But obviously now we just got a goal in. He hasn't got enough money, and we're going to raise our aces on that board against the short stack person. Hopefully that guy folds, and he did, so we get it in. And I'm going to donk on the top right because I got the up and down and 2 backdoor flush draws. I'm just going to lead out, try and take the pot down straight away, which happens. Which is good, yeah. We get aces again. Incredible. He's short stacked as well, so that makes it easier. It'll be just over a pot size bit left. Ah. And we flop an ace. Just doing more goofy stuff. Yeah, well, he flopped an ace as well, so he probably wasn't going to fold. 3-bet the kings with the ace in the hand. C-bet the flop. Don't need to. I don't really. Thing is, though, I have the ace of hearts, so I don't see how he can have a. Well, he can't have a nut flush. So I'll bet again. But I mean, if he's calling on the flop, then it's quite interesting because he either has a 9 or a flush draw, and if he's calling with a flush draw, he shouldn't really just fold to 1 bet. So if I bet that turn, I have to really bet the river to either get him to fold a weaker flush or to get him to fold a 9. If he has a 9, he should be raising there anyway. So I'm a bit confused with what he had. But I try not to overthink it. I think I bet. Did I 3-bet the top left? I think so. I need to pay attention, guys. I'm not paying attention that much. Now we hit the king. It's interesting. Yeah, I always like betting. I'm just going to bet on the smaller side. If he raises, then obvious fold. I don't know what hand he could have. If he has ace king or king queen or king jack, will he fold? If he has 3-4, if he has a straight draw, he doesn't need. I don't need to bet to get him to fold because we beat him. So I'm only betting to get him off ace king, and that was on the turn. So that's not that likely either. Alright, I will check then. Quad 5s? Yeah, or I forgot the possibility of people could slow play something like that. Just like... yeah. I mean, his aggression factor is 0.8. That should have given me a little bit of a clue that he could have been slow playing a big hand on the flop. So that was a bit of humour anyway. Okay. I will 3-bet my queens, I think. Is that really him? No, I think I'll just call with the queens. I didn't realise how tight this guy was. He's got a PFR of 9% and he's raising under the gun. 10% under the gun. It's pretty strong range, to be fair. So I don't want to 3-bet and then have to fold. But I think probably more than half the time he's going to have aces. Well, I mean, he doesn't have to have aces, but he's going to have like 10 Jack Queen King double suited, 9 10 Jack Queen double suited, which is like we could be in trouble if he has like a higher rundown and a flush draw and stuff, like, you know, two bigger flush draws. However, we get a good. I'm actually just going to flat the flop and try and get this guy to come along because he's a weak player, or even raise. No luck. But good news is we still have the nuts. So hopefully he does have aces with clubs just now. He doesn't have it. Time to bet then. This is a nice hand. Yeah, when people just panic, they see the queen, they've got the nuts, they don't want to get outdrawn, they just pot it. I mean, skills or what? Just chase the people out of the pot, you know? It's like, let's get it all in. I'm all in. Oh, look at his hand. Super premium. Super premium with the ace king, 8-3 offsuit. Beautiful, beautiful. Did we 3-bet the aces, right? Yes, we did. So I'm going to c-bet. Oh, am I playing heads up with this guy? I didn't realise. Going to sit out. But not before I triple barrel. I love triple barreling. I don't know if you guys triple barrel, but you should be. That's when you know you're a real man. Yeah, I'm just going to fold this. It just smacks a calling range. You know. I 3-bet, didn't I? Yes. And this guy, I'm going to 4-bet my ace, king, king 9. It's obviously premium enough. If he 5-bets, then it's pretty gross, but obviously we have to call. That's fine. And now, not the best flop, but we have a 9 blocker, 2 backdoor flush draws. Pot size bet left. Well, under a pot size bet left. Wow, and we had him absolutely dominated pre-flop, and obviously he sucks out, which sucks a lot. Just terrible. Calling a 4-bet with that hand is that's just terrible poker. Look at that. 70-30 pre-flop. It's quite good in PLO. Anyway, that wraps up the video. Thanks for watching, guys.